Hello, everyone, and welcome to the big show. This is Investing and Trading Live. I am your host, Josh Lilquist, and we are happy to have you with us today. I do have my good friend and my good pal on the show here today. As always, he is the one and the only Stockmaster, Mr. Al Connickson. Al, how are you doing today?
Feeling chipper today, Josh. How about you?
That's a new one here. Where did you come up with that?
I don't know. It just popped into my head. It's a good thing. That's a positive, by the way, in case you're wondering.
Yeah, there's always some different things popping in your head, isn't there?
Unfortunately, yes.
A lot of thoughts and a lot of
scary
imagination going on out there, but that's a good thing because in the markets there's a lot of imagination. There's a lot of thoughts and perceptions on the markets and how they work, how they function, but how people want things to move in the markets. So I want to discuss a little bit of that today. How that the perception of the markets are and what actually is happening, but how us as individuals can make smarter investing decisions, whether in your income accounts, say a regular trading account, or even a retirement account, 401ks, IRAs, because that's what it's all about. People are looking to improve their financial future. And it's going to take a little skill. It starts with knowledge, and it starts with understanding about it, just like what we're doing here on the show on Investing and Trading Live. By the way, we do appreciate our subscribers on the podcast. If you ever miss part of the show, you can go straight to Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, and Spotify, and just go to Investing and Trading Live and follow us and subscribe, because we do a show each and every single day, market updates, also the show that you're listening to right now. Al, with these great moves that we're seeing in the markets, spells opportunity. Obviously, we've had some earnings blockbusters this week. We had, I believe it was on Tuesday, was Tesla, and it was bad earnings, but it's funny, the price actually went up. So bad earnings doesn't always mean bad price action.
Actually, what people are more concerned about now is what is said. What's the forward guidance? And the forward guidance was positive for Tesla.
Correct, yeah. So you don't want to just base your decisions based off numbers. And that's why we focus on supply and demand and staying out of those quote-unquote higher volatility, risky times to protect your portfolio. You don't want to gamble in the financial markets, and a lot of people do. Well, let's pull back the curtain on how you can be more strategic with your entry points and exit points. You had Meta on Thursday actually showed good earnings. So here's another story. They were up 9% on earnings. They were up 0.85% on revenue. So they actually showed good earnings, but price went straight down. It was down around 12, 13, 14% at one point.
Forward guidance again.
Exactly. So I want you to discuss why it's so important throughout the whole show here. I know you have a market update you want to go through, but I want to talk a lot about how to make smart investing decisions based off of facts and not just what's happening in the news and internet and fundamental information.
Yeah, and I think just what you said kind of in the intro with those companies that had earnings that would have said the stock should go one direction and went the opposite direction. So you can't always count on what you think should happen. That's opinion. But there are facts that are going to always be there to drive the price of something. But what also happened this last week, Josh, we had the GDP numbers come out on Thursday morning. GDP was up 1.6%. But the expectation was for 2.4%, so it was down significantly. And maybe some people are saying, well, isn't that what the Fed wanted to have happen? Mm-hmm. Well, but the problem is consumer prices were up 3.4% versus 1.8% from the previous quarter. What that means is that we have persistent inflation. I used the word sticky last week, the last couple of weeks. Yep. So inflation is still an issue, but we're seeing possibly a slowdown in the growth of the economy. That combination is what we don't want to see. That would be stagflation, where you have an economy that's not growing and is maybe even retracting a bit, and then you still have high inflation. So those are areas of concern, and the market reacted to that on Thursday. The markets, all indexes were down significantly. But you mentioned earlier, people are listening to these shows and participating in the market because they want to improve their financial future. What that means is if you're going to be in the market, you're in the market to make money. You wouldn't put money into something if you thought you were going to lose. So and that may not be that is what you want to have happen. It's what you want to do with that money that's important. Money is just a tool to buy time and freedom, but you have to make the money. There has to be additional
and keep
growth. And well, it's not how much you make; it's how much you keep that's really important. But to really truly take full advantage of the financial markets, you have to have an investment strategy that works both in bull markets and bear markets, and also in sideways markets. In either, you have to know where a stock is going to go and when it's going to go there. In other words, where is it going to go? That's the profit potential. When is it going to go there? That's when you want to be either in or out of something. And how do you do that? Well, you use a strategy that shows you how to do that. If you don't, you're basically guessing. You're just guessing and hoping that things work out. Because what you have to do to really be successful, you have to get the direction right. In other words, is it going to go up in value, down in value? You have to get the profit amount right. How much you're going to make? Is it worth your time and effort to make a nickel on something? Probably not. And then you have to also know the time that it's going to take to get there. If you need additional income, you have to be able to achieve that profit in a short period of time. Those are the three things that are important. The public, retail traders that are not properly educated have about a 16% chance of getting that right. And that's why so many people lose. The people that are driving these markets, the hedge funds, the big players, they're basically following trends. In fact, they actually start these trends. And unless you know how to identify when a trend starts and when a trend ends, you are just not going to have full potential in the markets. Most people don't know how to identify those.
Yeah, you said a key word there just a few moments ago about most people that are not educated in the financial markets. Properly educated. There's a lot of education out there. You can Google things and you can watch a silly YouTube video, but is that actually going to help you? First off, where is that information coming from? What is their motive? And is that going to really help you? So let's do something now. Let's start educating our listeners. Let's educate our listeners about the financial markets, on how to get started if you're brand new, or if you've been investing and trading for 20, 30, 40, 50 years and you're looking for more consistency. We actually have investing classes that we do here locally at the Academy. We also do these across the whole metro. We do classes in Wayzata. By the way, we're in Bloomington here. And Physical Academy, we have a state-of-the-art facility. We actually have our studio in the Academy here as well, where we're doing the show. And but we also go to different areas like Wayzata for different workshops and investing classes. We go to Maple Grove and just Edina, different places to help people basically go into their backyard. So that way they feel more comfortable going and getting educated on the financial markets. It's a 2-hour investing class. It's 2 hours of your time to learn about what's in the market, how it works, how it functions, different income strategies and retirement strategies for everyday people. If you have 401ks with your work, or maybe you have IRAs that somebody else manage, or maybe you even direct, there's different strategies for that. So text the word investing right now to the number 210 for 2 seats for this class. Well, then that's one for you and one for a friend. Text investing to the number 210 for 2 seats for an investing class all across the metro. Coming up next, Al, let's talk about those income strategies, wealth strategies. We have more earnings reports throughout the whole week, starting and also next week. This is Josh and Al, Investing and Trading Live. We will be right back.